Ooh, okay, y'all. Welcome. I gotta put this on. I'm already looking crazy enough. As crazy as it could be. Um, okay, testing, testing. I know I'll put this right here. Y'all, it's nighttime, so don't play with me. I was looking crazy for the past couple of days. Um, so today I just came with the goodness of my. Mm, it look cute, don't it? Mm. Okay, let me stop playing. How y'all doing today? Um, okay, so y'all, I was we're getting into here. Um, getting live. Yeah, I had to delete. I was over here trying to fix something. Tiff trying to fix something. Fix it, Tiff. No, fix it, Jesus. Um, so y'all look over here. Y'all understand? Cause what I'm gonna talk about tonight. I might burn my own self, but I don't care. Um, I do care, but I don't care. I just like to the enjoyment, and I like the realness. You wanna be real, right? Y'all, I'll be looking at this mic. I'm gonna figure it out. Um, I'm mute. Anybody? I was mute. The thing I didn't hear what I was saying, but I was saying fix it, Jesus, because Tiff was trying to fix something. That's why I was late getting on here. I was supposed to be on here at 8 o'clock. Y'all know I love y'all, but I was like, oh, they were like, she ain't getting on. I'm getting on. I'm just sometimes I be in the moment doing stuff, and then I'll be like, come on, y'all, I gotta get on this live. I told them 8 o'clock, and it's hitting 8:30. Anyways. Y'all, tonight. Thursday is basically we turn up the heat a little bit. Turn up the heat, right? And y'all, when I say, when you have that feeling like, oh my gosh, like you be so nervous about something, and then you like, oh my goodness, like what is about to go down? And it's kind of like, girl, you the one about to bring the, like what they say, bring the juice. I'm bringing the tea. I ain't even got tea. Y'all help me. I got water. I mean, I can make tea, but I ain't got time for that. Not tonight. I don't. So I said I'll grab me some water. But crazy thing, like last time when I brought the water, um, after I got off live, I ended up making it's powdered tea, but I ended up doing that because that was the only way I was gonna drink that water anyway. As y'all seen, I was just sipping on some water. At least I was drinking water because I literally drink tea like literally every day. It's probably not even healthy for you unless you're doing hot tea, natural tea, whatever type of tea. I was just doing it. I like sweet tea, y'all. Let's get real. I like sweet tea. I like ginseng sweet tea. No, ginseng green tea. I like green tea altogether. Like I make hot green tea because they say it's good for you. I like tea altogether. That's my favorite drink. So like if I ever like had a game or something, I'd be like, what's my favorite drink? It's tea. This one. No, I'm struggling with it. Hold on. I think wait. I think I did. Okay. I think I did something right. I don't know. Be like everybody else. I'm not what is it called? ASMR to be. I'm not that type of person because it almost be like what y'all doing right there. No, I know. Not right now. That's just I just wanted to do it because when you be on TikTok, yeah, I'm gonna get into what I'm about to say, right? Um, when you are on TikTok, they be cracking me up because some of them I'll be like, y'all is doing too much. Then when they be doing touching their microphone and all that. Right. I be checking those settings. I be checking those. I had to check them on YouTube. Y'all, I'm on YouTube right now. I was like, I should have been on StreamYard, but I had to just hop on here because it was quick and easy. Boom, 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 boom. When I get on StreamYard, I'm putting a lot of stuff because I put a lot of stuff in my background so y'all know as far as what I have. Okay. Thank you though, because I was over here struggling a little bit, but thank you. Um, okay, we're gonna try to keep him quiet because he in his mind, y'all. He don't understand this. So y'all, I was about to tell y'all. Y'all know I start with a story, but I guess that was my story. Jeff was trying to fix it, and I had to say, "Fix it, Jesus." I'll go back to it, trying to fix it. Anyway, I've been, busy doing stuff. So tonight, we're about to turn up the heat. Y'all. So what I'm about to do is, and then I'm gonna let y'all know because I was gonna put the topic or whatever in there, but however, if I put it in there, it'll been like, what she mean she gotta talk about? So I want y'all to listen to this. Don't copyright me. Um, I'm saying that in the mic. Don't copyright me. Um, you're just gonna listen on one part, and I'm gonna get into it. Don't come at me. I won't come at you. So anybody that come at me, please don't come at me, please. I just want to give y'all something, some enlightenment, some goodness, and some goodness. Okay. So we gonna get into this. And when I tell y'all this girl right here is like on 10 with her nerves and on like I guess I'm on 10 on both because I'm ready for it. But y'all, I had to prep for it at the same time. So this right here is another level of T Promise, and T Promise is just bringing it because she wants to bring it, and she wants y'all to have a good night. And it's Thursday, and it's almost Friday, so why not? So hold on, y'all. I had to do some adjustments. So hold up. And yes, this is on my phone. I didn't have time to be trying to go on YouTube to be trying this. Hold up. It be playing so fast. Okay, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna listen on one part because I'll promote it. You be like, I don't want that little song. I like this song, but I just want y'all to hear the first part, and that's how I'm gonna get into it. Don't get me, like I said. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm already coming for me. All right. I'm gonna put it up to my mic because it'll be loud enough. Okay, y'all. So if you didn't hear what it was saying, I'm gonna explain what it was saying. I didn't want y'all to hear the whole song. If you want to hear the whole song, I will promote that song. Okay. Um, my title. I don't know if it's my title, but my topic is: will we love to see the future? Right? Will we love to see the future? And I will let y'all understand as far as um why I chose this song. Y'all, I literally listened to this song like twice to yeah, was it twice today? I listened to it. I already listened to it, but I listened to it. But anyways, we ain't gonna go all up in that. Okay. First, the reason why I wanted to uh, liberate, expound. I'm gonna say that because I don't want y'all to come for me for my purpose. I want to expound on the whole thing of the future. I want to take you to the future. But anyways, um, when it comes to the future, when you be looking into your future, I can see what's in your future. I really can't see what's in your future, but I hope your future is great. But anyways, the reason like this song has been like it's been deep on me for a few weeks now. But anyways, first I want to talk about as far as when people think about the future, they always say, okay, this is what is going to happen for me, and this is what they are expecting to happen, and they basically prepping. Future can be what tomorrow, the next day after tomorrow, months, years, however you want to bring it. Um, and this song, I what I like about and the crazy part, like I said, don't come for me, y'all. Don't come for me. In your mind, you can, because then I won't hear you. Um, this song, have you ever like in your mind you take the time out to really listen to it? I'm the type of person I like to listen to the words of the song and really like to dive in what the song is really saying. That's what any song, gospel, R&B, rap. I don't really listen to rap no more like that. But if I do, it's just okay. Let's do a little part. Anyway, let's get back into it before I go somewhere else. But anyway, have you ever took the time out? You listen to a song to really understand the words. And y'all know what I came to find out? I was like, oh, that song was about me. Anyways, not just this song. Don't mind me, y'all, 'cause I had to come back to myself. Anyways, have you ever took the time out to listen to a song and you had to really like piece a lot of things together to understand, okay, why was this song made? What was the purpose of this song? And the logic behind it, right? And in this song, if you hear the beginning, it talks about if you see the future, would you change anything different? Y'all, this whole time I was listening to the song, maybe in my mind I was saying, like, I knew what the first part was saying, but I never really took the time out to really hear what that second part was saying. I heard the other part, you know, but I didn't hear the part, would you do something different? You know what I'm saying? If you could see the future. Shoot, yeah. If I could see, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do that. If you could imagine yourself just really like, okay, like if you could ask God, just give me a glance of what's going to happen to me as far as what you're doing for me, and just so I can see if I'm doing something that's gonna take me in another direction that I don't see myself going. But if I can just see where I'm going, make sure everything is set up the way I want it to, but also align with what you have for me, God. Just let me see so it can be aligned, right? Ah, go to raise the hands. I can't see y'all hands. You would change. You would change how you do things if you could see what would happen to you the next day, the next years, or whatever. Y'all, I was like, oh, if I could really see everything that was going for me in life, everything, and not saying I would take anything back, I would say that, I would do things different. You know what I'm saying? With the songs, I'm gonna do things different. Do things different. But I guess it's kind of like at the same time, it's like, well, if I knew, will you be working too hard for it? And then you still trying to really catch on to what your future is all about. Everybody want everybody want their future, right? Everybody want it how they see it. But we don't always get it how we see it. And our future is basically to us is what we see in our minds and our hearts. But we don't really get to see it until last minute, like, dang. I mean, I it's kind of like you get y'all in the song, it was like basically he was saying that, you could see him doing this, that. You got everything in order, right? Literally that what happened. It's almost like dog kind of, kind of. But it's like you got a lot of things going for you. This happening for you, right? And it's kind of like at the same time when you think about it, it's like we speaking those things before us so those things can happen. If you could believe in yourself and knowing that, okay, I can do this, I can work hard for this. But the crazy part about it is why do we wait for it? And when it's too late, it's like you can't you can't do anything about it. And y'all, I was finding scriptures that say, well, okay, align this with me so I can understand this. You know what I'm saying? Because if a person just want it all, like you want it all, and it's like, okay, God can't give it to us all like that. He just give you a glance of it, but it's be up to us to accept what He gives us, right? Um, I was reading Ecclesiastes 8:7, and it said, "For he knows not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be?" So no man knoweth the future, right? So for who can tell him when it should be? Nobody could tell you as far as, oh, you know, this and this gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's kind of like I just want to know because if I can, make things in the right direction, that I just want you to tell me. And y'all, it also was saying basically, y'all ain't gonna get it because I may be like saying stuff behind. But yeah, that song is dear, y'all, and it has brought a lot of perspective um to me. Like literally, a lot of people in life would do a lot of things different in their life because they wouldn't want to be the person that they are now. And how we don't know that a lot of things, how we don't know if we had tapped into the future and then we see where we at right now. Let me see how I could say that. Like, okay, say you like here at one, but you went to two, but what you wanted was three. But if you would have saw three, it's kind of like you'll be mad that you didn't make it to three and you end up at two. Like it's like I thought I was getting this. Yes, but there was some hiccups. That's why you didn't make it to three. You went to two. So I guess it's all about not being a letdown because God don't like to hurt us, but He like to shape us and make things better for us. And y'all, if I would have took the time to listen and took the time to really analyze a lot of things I think you can set up your future if you basically stick with it. If you have your goals in the right aspect in the right area, let's say that. Because I don't want to be like, what she just said. Anyway, if you have your goals in the right area as far as where you want them, you'll be all right. And as y'all can hear me, and if you cannot hear me, this girl right here is like cutting butterflies right now. Like, cause it's like you have to dive into things. And let me tell you, there was a lot of times where, okay, I'm gonna just talk about me because I don't know everybody's situation or how they may have felt. Everybody have their own way of, feeling. But there's times where I will, pray and say, Lord, can you just show me? Can you just tell me? Cause all I want to know, what's going to happen? God, is this right? Is this? And then it's just like, okay, it's not coming fast enough. Like I can't see as far as what God is really, doing for me. God, I really want certain things in my life to go how I want them to go, right? And it was kind of like, okay, God, if you I want you to show me. So it's kind of like you asking God, God, you gotta show me what's gonna happen for me. If I gotta switch up, if I gotta go this way, but God don't let us do those things. And it's kind of like, cause that we will switch up real quick. And y'all, and I'm just being real with y'all. If me myself, if I could see the future, y'all, like, well, not right, Anyways, if I could, I would change a lot of things differently. If especially if it's like, okay, this will happen if you do this, this, that. But by us not knowing, we basically, they say you have to move by faith, right? Because if we know it all, we gonna know what to do and everything. But at the end of the day, God always say, "You trust me, you trust me, trust me." There's times where we don't even really trust God because we always have that in the back of our mind. Okay, I don't even know if this really gonna happen for me, but I know it. And then you have your hope so high, it's like this gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. And it's like, cause you be seeing like, certain signs in your life that you be like, okay, this is gonna happen. And then all of a sudden it don't. It was like I thought I was seeing something, but you really was you. I guess you was just seeing your own aspect. Right? But also I'm gonna give y'all a glance of something. If y'all want the song, please drop and say, "Oh, let me listen to it." I'll give it to you if you want to listen to it. But anyways, but like I said, don't copyright me. Um, what was I saying? Also, in the song, it was talking. He was talking about um, a path leading back to the same person. Shoot, everybody want to lead, lead back. I just want to go, basically you want to go back, make sure like this all I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward nothing else. So whatever I have to do, I would do it so I could stay on that same path, right? But somewhere, somehow, we always go on different path because we thinking we going right. And I was feeling it though, because I'm like, okay, because everybody in that type of mindset. They want to be, in that same space, right? Y'all. So let me tell y'all. I took the time out to really, dive into I want to say my inner self because a lot of people dive into their inner self. But I guess I took the time out to really do some inventory. That's what I want to say. Because I'm like, what the world I'm trying to say. Have you ever took the time out to really do some inventory of yourself to see as far as okay, what is right for me, why I feel the way I feel, why I went through what I went through, why certain things happening in my life. And all was it today? Yeah, today I took that time out again, like I did last week. If you don't do it, you should try it. I mean, it's nothing new, but take that time out. Write some. I mean, if you got your phone, write something because a lot of people don't do journal. But if you write out your thoughts, so then you can read it. Like I literally wrote it out and then I read it. Like that's how I really feel. Because at the time of me writing, I'm just writing everything of how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and at the same time, talking to God that asked me. I even, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I yes, I do. I talk out loud, but I talk out loud because I feel like I'm talking to God out loud. Because sometimes I gotta think out loud. I don't be like, yeah, yeah. But anyways, I talk out loud, but sometimes you can talk out loud because also the enemy hears you and all the other stuff. But I do if I'm by myself. Y'all don't think I'm crazy because I'm not. But it helps me to sort out my thoughts so I can understand, like, man, this is really me. This is really what I'm feeling in this moment. And it's kind of like I just want somebody to understand me, right? So I feel, and what I do is basically I want God to hear me. So, I mean, God do hear me. I'm not saying He don't, but I'm saying that's how I feel. Like if I'm talking to a person that's in front of my face, like I'm talking to y'all right now, that's how I literally talk to God. You know what I'm saying? But it also allowed me to say, okay, now Tiff, is this really how you truly feeling, or like, are you just really just venting in this moment, trying to understand as far as what is your whole intake on life and what do you need? Like, at the same time, God knows what we need and He knows what we want. And it's kind of like you still tap into that. God, I just want to see. Now, I know I ain't the only one. Sometimes you just want to tap in and say, Lord, I just, just give me a glimpse of my future real quick. Like, is this for me? Because um when you step into it, it could be the next day, it could be your future because it didn't come yet. But I'm saying you want to know like what is next to come for me, right? God, what is next to come for me? Because I just want to make sure, a lot of people want steps to know, okay, what's the next step for me to take? I don't want to make no mistakes. I don't want to turn left, turn right. But I mean, I gotta stay still so you can show me. But can you just give me a little glance so I could see, okay, what like I don't wanna, you don't wanna step the wrong way. You don't want I mean you wanna step the right way, but you don't wanna step the wrong way. But at the same time, it's kinda like, okay, I really have to tap into my faith and really just allow God to just guide me. Because it's kind of like sometimes you are at a standstill because you're just like, I just want to make sure if I got to change something up or if I have to do something different, is I'm doing something wrong. And there's nothing wrong with you trying to change yourself so that you can make things better, right? But I think it would do more harm for us to take a peek in what's gonna happen, because then all you gonna be thinking about is what's gonna happen. You don't know if your attitude gonna change. You don't know if your direction gonna change. You don't even know how you gonna change. It's kind of basic, like, okay, now we're at the point where God, I just need you to just help me. Y'all, I get to points where I just say, Lord, help me. Because there's things in life that we really need help with, and we just can't wrap our mind around because we deal with so much and we want to be able to just handle it right then and there. And there is different moments in life where I will feel as if, okay, like you, it's kind of like you get stuff snatched from you, and it's just like, what did I do wrong? What did I make a left turn that I didn't even know I made a left turn? It's kind of like you thinking you stepping right, but then when it get snatched from you, it's kind of like, okay, now let's take a step back. Cause like I told y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all, and I'm gonna keep it 100 when it's dealing with this, but also my aspect of, you know, what God has done. Um, a lot of times we looking at a lot of things that appears on the outside, which is our carnal, which I have read in 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to be pulling down stronghold, meaning they are spiritual. You cannot see what's going on, right? But a lot of times we see the things that's on the outside. Now let me talk about me to give you some myself. I deal with a lot of things that I see what's going on around me. I talk about a lot of, okay, everything is spiritual. I may not see it because the enemy gonna bring darts at me and shots at me, and a lot of times we get our mind off focus because all we seeing is the things that's happening us around us. Me myself, if I see I'm doing good, oh, everything's good. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna stay in that moment until that moment. It's kind of like you juice out the moment until it's gone, because it's kind of like I don't know how long this moment is going to last. So I'm gonna make it last as long as I can, right? And at the same time, not realizing the enemy is always cooking up something to distract you, and at the end of the day, it's always a consequence with something, because it's just like, okay. I mean, I thought I was doing something right. I thought I was switching up something right. But at the end of the day, not being mindful that it wasn't the things that was going on around me, it was the things that I could not see. And I had to recognize that these things was, trying to, you know, detour me, right? So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I guess you like seeing the things that happen. And that's kind of like our future. We want to see what's happening, y'all. And y'all, it's kind of like, how people like, if I could go back, yes, I would do things different. Would you do things different? Would I do things different? Yeah, I would have, because I learned a lot. This like I said yesterday, this girl right here, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, this girl right here, I don't even know if I touched on it. I'm the type of person. I have what is it called? I have grown, but I also still have to um restrain myself, right? But I have grown. That I'm the type of person, when it seems like things get like too much, or it feels overwhelming, or if I feel that it's just not going how I want it to go, I'm the type, how they say run track. I'm not a track star, but I was a runner. I wasn't I It's kind of like what they say, your problems follow you, but it's not really a problem. It's really basically you dealing with things that you did. And I'm the type, I run because I don't like dealing with certain things. I don't like dealing with stuff. I guess I don't take things, how can I put it? I don't take things lightly, okay? I don't take things lightly, but depending on what the situation is, I also have to work on. I'm very um defensive, and I'm very you lock yourself in so much that you don't want to be hurt either. I'm the type, I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to um feel defensive. I don't want to um basically I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal. There's a lot of people out here that you don't want, you don't want to deal because you don't know. It's kind of like, okay, what hand is I'm being dealt? What hand is I'm dealing to people, right? And what kind of card are they gonna pull from me? They don't know what they're gonna get. They don't know if they're gonna get a sweet attitude or confused or you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what you dealing me? Y'all, this girl right here, you don't know what you. I mean, you know what kind of card I make. I don't know, cause Lord work on me. That's what I said. Lord work on me, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about changes, and our future don't ever change as I don't, But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, God, we have to go with what you give. And have you ever been in that moment as far as like, okay, God, is this a part of what's supposed to happen to me? Or is I'm dealing with something as far as, how people say, oh, this happening because of something what I did? No, it's just the point of we have to accept and keep it going, keep it moving, or just deal with it. Why run? I'm the type of person, I always encourage people. Sorry about the rolling my eyes. I'm not trying to roll my eyes at nobody. But it's kind of like, I tell people, and it's kind of like, why I don't tell myself, but I'll be like, why run away and you still gonna have this problem? What are you running from? It's kind of like you have to ask yourself these questions. What am I running from? Why am I running from? Running from it, and do I need to run? Like, we should ask ourselves them questions before we start running. First off, you're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel drained. It's still gonna be there. You're still gonna think about it. Why not deal with it instead of running from a certain situation? God said He not gonna leave us. He always gonna be there. So whatever you gotta deal with, you're not by yourself when you enter that certain situation or whatever. But we always, I ain't gonna say we, but I mean, there's other people out there. I know I'm not the only one, but I had to learn that running is not the answer. Running is not, I and myself, I guess I just didn't. My thing is, running was easy because it's easy not to hear certain things and face the reality of things, right? Sometimes you don't want to face the reality of things, and you don't want to um deal deal. But like I said, you should ask yourself questions before you start running. Why I'm running? Do I need to run? And is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is this a problem? You know what I'm saying? First off, you should ask yourself, is this a problem? And y'all, if you cannot find a problem in a certain situation, a certain person, or whatever it is, um, go and fix that. Go and fix it. Ask Jesus to help you, because Jesus fix it. But go fix it. Don't run because you think it's easy. It's still going to be there. It's still going to, I ain't gonna say hunt you, but basically, because it's still going to be on your mind. It's still going to come up, and you're going to still be questioning about it. Now, if it's still coming up and it's questioning, why don't you walk back? Don't run back. Just walk back and deal with it. Don't keep on running, and you piling more things onto it, and now you have to with it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Running is harder than what we think. In reality, when you run a track, it's not that easy. Cause you know what I find out. Let me tell you about me. Y'all know I don't run. Back in the day, I ran a little bit, but not that much because the girl would be falling down. But I find myself like if you was in school and you had a run right, and my thing was I will run fast first. So then when things had picked up, like when I'm getting close to the second or the third lap, I'm already tired because I put my all in the beginning instead of at the end. And when you look at life or look at a certain situation, if you put your all in at the beginning, you may not have nothing left when it gets to the end. You may be tired, you may be depressed, you may be like over it. You start walking like, okay, I'm done. I don't have no more left for this. And I'm telling y'all, that's how certain situations, certain problems arise in our life if we run because you're gonna get tired. You're gonna feel basically wondering, okay, should I keep going or should I, give all these things up? Sorry, Siri gonna start talking in a minute. I didn't even say Siri. I don't want her to start talking. But we have to understand it's okay to start slowly and it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to be, frustrated in the beginning. But as long as you don't stay there, you're gonna be all right. But if you get the running, honey, um, it's not gonna be all right. Because when you run too fast, you kind of pass up a lot of things that you didn't want to pass up, right? So it's so important to deal and not run so then your life can be more at ease and at peace. Not saying your life won't get peaceful, but it will take time for you to get to that peaceful place, like that peace that we want to feel what God give us, right? It may take you a long time to really understand that peace that God gives us. Now, y'all, um, I was telling y'all that this song it is if I would have took the time out to really listen and to really understand it, I probably had not saying I always love the song. I always love the song. I'm saying sometimes we in the moment we just listen to certain words that we want to hear, right? But we don't listen to the message of the song. We just say, "Oh, this is what I want to hear, and this is what I want to take from it." But if you really take the time out, even with words of what people give you, you will understand the whole message of everything that is being given to you. Don't take certain things lightly because it will mean volumes in life, right? And it's kind of like, okay, we take a lot of things lightly. And then when, things is like, it's still going to speak, you know what I'm saying? But take that time in that moment to really, really um, gain what you need to gain from it. Don't just take pieces of what you want to hear. You really, really got to take that time out. Just like, because y'all know I'm going back and forth of what God tells us and want us to do. Just like when God want to tell us simple and plain, and we just want to take out, okay, that sounds good. Okay, that's okay. Okay, I like that. Nope. Uh, Y'all, we gotta take the time out to really listen and really do things in the right way. And y'all, over the past few days, I really had to do some self inventory and some self thinking to understand, okay, God, I need you to really break all this down for me. I really need you to really show me a lot of things because before I wasn't really breaking life down. as it should be. Like I wasn't looking at it how God wanted for me. Like it's to the point where you be like, okay, now God, was I doing what you wanted, or was I doing it because certain areas, like God, I need you to break all this down for me so I can dissect it, so I can understand why Tiff did it this way, right? I want to understand why life went certain ways for me. I want to understand why a lot of hurdles was in life. I want to understand why I didn't grasp it in the beginning and why a lot of things grasp in the end. But God has to break a lot of things down. And when you want to accept when he break it down, then you'll be able to understand why a lot of things happen. Of course, in the beginning, we don't want to see why these things happen. Of course, in the beginning, we don't want to be explained why. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, a lot of things is fragile for us. We just don't want to deal with the broken of ourselves. Sometimes we ain't even. Yeah, I had to hush real quick because okay. I don't want to say sometimes we not even, but sometimes we are not broken, right? Sometimes we make our own self broken in that aspect. We always say this person, this situation, you make your own self broken because of certain things that you did. So it becomes almost like I said in that consequence type thing. Like you find yourself saying, "Oh, I'm so broken from this." You're only broken because you put yourself there. I'm just being real for real. You're only broken because you put your own self there. And sometimes it's not always yourself. Sometimes you've broken others because of what you did. And we think that, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't. No, you can. When you broken, you breaking other people. Why? Because you put yourself in a different aspect in life and wondering why people looking at you sideways. And then you like, why everybody looking at me? What did I do? What did you not do? So it's so important to deal with it. Let me spit something to the ladies because y'all, man, y'all on here, I'm gonna get to y'all. But ladies, let me tell y'all something. Don't you ever, 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 unless you're in a situation, let's put it like this, unless you're in a abusive situation, then, but this is not that type of situation. This is what I want to give you, and I want to let you know. Do not, when you walk away from a certain person, especially if it wasn't, no, like I said, no harm, no nothing. It was just something simple. Don't ever, unless you want to because you just want to act, play the victim as if you did nothing. Do you understand? Do not put yourself in a victim place when you have part of that situation. Why? Because when you find yourself acting like you're the victim and you did nothing, you're doing more harm to yourself than good. Because then you're bringing negative thoughts, negative actions towards a person, the situation that you're in, or whatever. But you cannot act like you was not there, that you was just so goody good and you was all, mm-mm, don't do that because then you will find yourself as if I did that. I didn't know. Like you innocent and you're not innocent. At the end of the day, if you are in a relationship or a friendship or a co-worker, whatever it is, but right now, because women, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we tend to play victim about a lot of things and not realize we also have put certain things in a relationship. Let's be 100. Because we always look at the women. We did right, they did wrong. They didn't do any, they didn't do anything for me. I was doing this, that. But then when you go back and rewind a little bit and really girls like, man, was I that person? Because you will find people, excuse me, I don't want to burp. Um, you will find people saying things like, wait, that's not what happened. What had happened, then you find yourself talking about, okay, well, I was there, and I mean, we don't put yourself in that position because you damaging the other person and not realizing. There's no victims in this situation. I mean, like I said, if it's abuse, yes, there is victim. But in a semi-cultural or whatever y'all want to call it situation, there's no victims. We all messed up. We all make mistakes. We all was tripping and doing what we was doing, right? And we have to own up to that. Why do we always drag other people down? Because we want to make it look good, because we always want to be the ones needing the answer, want the answer. But what about that person, right? What about that person? So, ladies, let me tell you something. There's no victim when it comes to this. Like I said, it is when you get abused or whatever. If it's in a dangerous situation, okay. Long as it ain't you doing the dangerous. But please don't act like. So so long myself, I would use myself. So it don't feel like you're the only one out there that may be feeling like they, are they. So long I had played as if I did nothing. There was nothing I did. I did this, that. And there was, it was always me doing it. Always. And not saying I go around saying that, but in my mind, I was filling my mind with thoughts as far as like victimizing, rising. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I was playing the victim, but at the end of the day, I was there. I made mistakes. I did things I wasn't supposed to. I, was tripping. Like I said, I was tripping on stuff. Not like that, y'all. I don't do none of that. I'm just saying, tripping on little stuff that didn't need to be tripped on, okay? On conversations. I was, you know, but at the end of the day, we have to own up and say everybody make mistakes. Everybody have problems. Everybody have shortcomings. So you cannot put a whole situation on one person if you was in it. Right? You can't do that. So lady, that's my advice to you if I can let you know. Because look, God always wants you to know your worth. God always wants you to understand your worth is also knowing that you have part of different things. But there's a way of doing it and there's a way not to do it. Because you don't want to go on thinking that everything is good, and then when you allow yourself to go on, just whatever situation you're in, you will always play like there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing that I'm doing wrong. Everything I'm doing is right. But is it? Have you asked the other person to see what you're doing? Not saying they need to validate that you're doing right all the time. But have you asked them to see, okay, is there something I'm lacking? Is there something I'm doing? But you can't go on and keep dragging people on and thinking you goody two shoes and you really got two left shoes and ain't even doing right. So that's what I want to say. And to the fellas out there, don't um beat up yourself for things that okay, things happen. But also, it's about pushing yourself in a certain situation to see, okay, is this right for me? What I need to do to make things better. Now, I ain't a fella, so I could give y'all a little something, something. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I think the biggest things when it comes to two is the communication. But y'all, I have so much, you know. Okay, so I have so much love for fellas because it seems like they go through, whew, Lord have mercy, they go through a lot. And a lot of people look at the women as they did. But I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all doing good. And I'm proud of y'all, even if I don't know y'all. But honey, those that is watching. Some of y'all, even if I don't, you doing good for yourself. Okay? So, y'all, that was a lot because I had to get that to flow. Because y'all know I want to do a poem, but I might do that tomorrow. I was busy, but tomorrow I ain't doing it. But I don't know. Like I said, when my poems flow, I'm basically giving y'all all of who I am in words to explain. But if I could give y'all something, it would be don't give up um, when things get rough in your life because giving up is the last thing you want to do. Why? Because in a sense, you want to regret your giving up, but you can't because it's like a lesson learned. So basically, you want to as you deal with it, right? But don't confuse your giving it up with um I'm gonna think about it because I got a lot to say. I think I want to say with your letting go or your selfishness. But sometimes people give up because they don't know another way of doing it. But I could tell y'all one thing: giving up will hurt you more than a let go. Because the thing about a let go, you would do it in the right way. A person, a person that walks off and just basically said, "I care less about anything," and don't say anything. That's a giving up. A letting go, you're gonna let a person know why you letting go. You're not just going to, or the situation. You gonna know. You gonna have it all together. You're not just gonna be like, oh, I'm just gone. No, that is a giving up because like whatever, I'm done. Right? We throw in the towel. We get about because it's kind of like there's, but in a sense, because you know the difference between a let go and a give up. A give up, you find yourself like, why I do that? Should I have did that? I don't think so, cause I didn't want to do that. Mm-mm. Nope, I didn't. Nope. I'm telling the truth, and the truth will set you free. A give up will have you questioning yourself. It will have you trying to piece stuff together that you will be like, why I do that again? Now, who was? telling her what let go, you already had like a communication thing there. You already accepted I gotta let things go. See, when we think we let go, you actually gave up because when you go back to it, you didn't let nothing go, right? You held on to, so it's not you didn't get. I gave it up in that moment. That's the thing. You give it up for that moment, but then you want it back. No, 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 no. Don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that. Please don't do that. Have you doing this? I don't know, but take the time out to think about it. Stop, think, and then do an action. Don't stop and then do something. Stop and think. Sometimes we're not thinking of what we are doing. Sometimes we just stop for a moment and then we go and do something else. No, please, please. I'm telling you because I know for myself and I have done this before, or I dealt with this before, I should say. That's why y'all didn't hear me just say I done this before, but dealt with this before. But I guess that mean the same thing. Anyways, you want to stop and think and then do it. Whatever you're gonna do. Because when you're thinking, you'll know what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, what needs to be done. But like I said, if you stop and then you just say, I'm gonna do it, I don't care what happened, I'm gonna just do it. Right? So we have to be mindful of what we doing. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Ooh, Lord, I done fucked up there. No, we all late. Ooh, let's tell me somebody was late. I know. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ah, I know I ain't got my mic on mute. So, y'all probably heard everything I said, but I was just talking. Y'all, I hope I wasn't just like talking. Did I just push that button? I don't know, but when I go back to my live, I was just talking. If I didn't tell me it was on mute, I'm be like, ain't nobody saying nothing. I got two people on there looking at me, just talking. Anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, difference the difference between giving up and letting go. What else can I tell y'all tonight? Um, let me tell y'all something. Y'all be getting stuff and be like, I know y'all hear my phone. Type, type, type. Okay. All right. So y'all, I really would like y'all to hear that song, but like I said, I can give it to y'all because to this day, the crazy part about it, I think I had went back to it early last year, and I was like, listen to. Let me tell y'all something. Things happen, right? Things happen, but sometimes we should be like ask ourselves is I'm the reason why things happen, or is this what God wanted things to happen, or is this what the person? Yeah, I'll be asking like 20 million questions and then be like, because you will find yourself asking God, Why do we always be like, why? We should ask ourselves why. I think that's what I'm gonna just say. Tiffany, why did you do that? I don't know. Act like us. But you'd be like, okay, Tiffany is like she promise is like this. This is who I am. And there's a lot of things that I had to live with. There's a lot of things I had to deal with. Living with it, um, it was a long road for me to live with a lot of things that I had to live with. Dealing with it was a lot. When I say a lot, it was a lot. And in my mind, it's kind of like, okay, you get to a point in life where it's like, I'm dealing with it, and I'm living with it at the same time. Is it right? I really couldn't say yes or no because it's kind of like if you say yes, then why deal with it, I guess. And if you say no, it's kind of like, okay, now I'm doing something wrong. So at the same time, it's like all I can tell myself is basically, okay, this was God's plan. But is it right? Y'all, you get to a point where you be like, yes, no, I don't know, and then you just say this God's plan, dude. But then you'll find, okay, you know that it was? I mean, if I got my thing about y'all, if I'm all over the place, I'm all over the place, but y'all listening to me, so it don't matter. But I'm not trying to be all over the place. I'm trying to connect my dots together or my connect whatever. um when it comes to God's plan and everything, you hear a lot of people say it's God, do God's plan and the plan, when it's God's plan. But when your whole life is God's plan, that's how I look at it. But then you have people say, you sure? Are you sure? Like, and then you gotta look at yourself to see, okay, should I be should I be this way? But I mean, then you just say, okay, it's God's plan. This is why. But then you find yourself thinking like, well, maybe, and at the same time, you just be like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I guess it's not about feel. Let me say, it's not about feel because feelings go away. So then now you at the point like, okay, I understand I don't feel, but I mean, you gonna feel, but you're not gonna feel, right? You're gonna feel, but you're not gonna feel. There's like there's levels to it. Like you know when you do something wrong, so you already know, okay, something's not right. I know this not right, so you get that certain feeling that this is not right. But when it comes to a person, um, what can I say? I ain't got no tea tonight, but invisible tea. And right now my tea is getting hot, but uh let me be real let me be real with y'all real quick. Um you find yourself um have you ever found yourself, let me just do it here. Have you ever found yourself that you hear people say that when you love someone, you gonna feel it and it's always gonna be there. But then you hear feelings don't last long. Feelings be gone. Like, people have feelings Like feelings like people like, oh my gosh, I got butterflies all the time. I'll be around this person. Are you really gonna have butterflies every time? But when it comes to loving somebody, regardless if that feel how you feel about them, you still gonna have that. I guess it's the I'm trying to find a word because Lord knows I can't barely say it. But I guess I'm gonna just say you're gonna have that energy. I don't want to sound like I'm the people that, but I can't say the word right, so I ain't gonna try to say it. But you would still have that, I guess, that sensation or something. That sounds weird. Don't mind me because I, oh my god. But anyways, you're gonna have that type of, regardless if feelings leave, I still know that you love this person. So regardless how life gets or how you look at them, or how you grow and you grow, right? So it's kind of like, I guess it's no, because I said God said love everybody, right? And we want to use God love. God show us how to love people. And we know that God loves us. So in a sense, you want to use that love for everybody. My type of thing is that I'm not even gonna get into it because y'all, let me drink my water for I says I'm not even supposed to. Oh, see, I dropped my water top. Um, when you um when you let me see, because we constantly, like I always say, I love them like God loves me, or I love everybody. But if you be like real with yourself, yeah, I ain't gonna do. I think I am about to do myself, but you can. Mm-mm. I don't even know how I want words to come out of my mouth. Um, but yeah, so I mean, people can still, have genuine things going on with them in life, and with a person, still for a person. So I can say that maybe one day I will. I think that's probably why I be having so many conversations with God, because sometimes you find yourself in a, what was I ain't gonna say what I was talking about. I was talking about something, but a person can still. I have learned feelings can fade, but the connection. I sound weird because readers do that. Readers, people do that. To still have a connection type thing, right? And you can still love somebody, and you can. Okay, we're gonna stop out that box. I'm gonna step out that box. So I'm gonna put myself in a not literally, y'all. Don't come find me because I ain't gonna literally be in a box. I'm physically putting myself in a box. But just know your girl is working herself. She trying to work some kinks out and figure things out as far as because at the end of the day, we just at the end of the day, sometimes you just find yourself where you just want to be real with yourself and accept a lot of things. And like I said, the serenity prayer, I didn't say that today, but I think I said that maybe a few days ago. Remember I talked so the serenity prayer helps with grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change. And the only thing I can think about is we can't change people, right? We can't change people. Only God can change people. But give me the courage to change things I can. I can change my situation, how things go as far as that. I could change me. I could change um certain things to be back up. But God give me the wisdom because a lot of times I have found myself where I wanted to change people. I I felt that I could if I did a certain thing. I'm not gonna say I went over there and said, okay, you gonna do this right now. Not like that. I found myself where I was trying to have people be something they didn't want to be, or trying to do things and hoping they would, but I couldn't do it. Only God, can do it, right? And I had to find myself to say, okay, God, only you can change it, but I can change something about me. But was I really changing something about me? I mean, I was, but I had to accept who I am. I had to accept the things I was doing. I had to accept that for a lot of years, find myself thinking, being innocent in certain situation. And it's kind of like, why put a blame on someone and you was there? So many years or so, I was trying to find a way I did nothing. I made no mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody messed up. Everybody had part of some part of a situation. And that's why I say don't ever go your life thinking you done nothing, or because you'll find yourself where things come up and you have to be like, I was really like that. I really did that. Why I do that? And it's kind of like, why can I talk to myself I am today to tell myself then to be like, chill out? But I couldn't because myself today will have to learn all these things in order to get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's so important to take this time. I hope my eyes wasn't like over here and over there, but they might have, but try not to look. Um, what I want to say that it's just so important to really get to know you. It's so important to get to know you and get to know what do you truly want and what do you want God to do for you. But make sure that we are on the same level that God wants us on because, like I said, things will happen for us. And things that we, desire will happen, but it may not happen in the identical way that you want it. Like it won't be as how you want it to be, basically. Like how twins look the same, identical twins. You want your situation to look identical, how you see it in your mind. But when it comes up, everything is different than what you saw in your mind. I was seeing my future, y'all. I was seeing it. But have you ever seen yourself where you seen it, right? And everything was good, like you was seeing it. But have you ever took the time in your mind, things was also changing your mind, but you still had that same thing, and it's just like, no, this not. Why it's looking? I now I can't see what I want. Like I want to see it. Like you see it, but now you really can't see it because things is change. Like it's crazy how things work. Let me tell y'all, I was seeing it. Like I was seeing it, seeing all of it. Like you could see a whole big picture, and then all of a sudden, literally things that you see. Maybe it's just the point that we don't accept that this not gonna happen. But you still thinking, yep, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In my mind, I kept thinking things was gonna happen. Nope, this is happening. Nope. But girl, what did you? Nope, it's gonna happen. I was denying. I was denying things that was happening around me. I was denying a lot of stuff because I was like, nope, it's happening. Can't tell me. Can't tell me different. This is happening. We tend to put ourselves in a denying stage in life, and it's kind of like you can't deny what God's doing. It's just the fact that you don't want to say, nope, 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 no. Okay, I mean, yeah, it took me long. Please don't be like that. Don't be in a denied stage where you know, oh, it's changing now. Oh, it's gonna hurt. Like it's gonna hurt. Like, but you deal with it. But is there a problem dealing with it? You shouldn't be dealing with it. You should be accepting it. My thing was, even though I constantly said, "I'm me accept," it took a long time for me to accept a lot of things in my life because you have your mind on one thing only, and that's all you want. I'm not saying one thing only, but one vision only and one step only, and that's what you want. But God got a way of changing things, and you still like, nope, this is. But things was happening, but it wasn't identical to my vision, how I seen, right? And it was like it would put you in a stage of kind of like backing up and kind of like you accept it, but you still like, God, is this really real for me right now? Then you have your moments, but then you go back to yourself and you say, okay, okay, I accept this. And then you get back in your moment and say, I mean, it's a back and forth thing until you fully accept God's plan, right? It's a struggle sometimes for people to truly accept, God's plan. It really is. A lot of times we always say, God, accept your plan. God, I'm gonna go by your plan. We only want to accept the good planning of what God do. We don't want to accept the plan that that's a drastic. Is that the word? Dramatic? Not a dramatic, drastic. A big type of switch up plan that you do, and you be like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. I got a point in life where I start saying it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like sometimes I don't even. It is what it is. I mean, it is right. So if I was all over the place, so I just want us to know at the end of the day, and it's not just me, we would have did things different. If I go back and tell myself, oh, cool, because I'm here now, I ain't there now. You know what I'm saying? What happened if ourself back then could just like get some type of, and the crazy part is all that talking, I'm gonna talk about me. All that talking I did for so many people and trying to help people, and I found myself I was encouraging and inspiring people also and trying to help them get out of there. At the same time, not in my own situation, but the things I was saying, it was kind of like, why wasn't you listening to yourself? Why wasn't you taking what you were saying? Why was you trying to validate or get a validation from people? Why wasn't you listening to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was yourself trying to tell you, but you was, oh no, that's what they need, not me. Girl, that's what you need. Because hear me, I was type I'll listen, I'll be hearing what I'm saying, right? And it's like I when I'm done talking to people, I'll be like, oh man, I ain't gonna be me. I ain't gonna be doing. Then it's like, well, why would you tell them that if you wasn't? But that's something that you should have did. Instead, you was doing, going through different channels instead of sticking to one channel. Maybe you was flipping the channels and seeing which one was good, but you already anyway. Um, we just got to get it together. We really, really do. We just gotta continue to work on this. I know I do. Working on me daily, and God constantly showed me a lot of things daily. Um, like I said, well, not like I said, but I mean, like I did say it, but like song said, if you could see the future, would you change or would you do things different? And I'm just being real with y'all. I would. If I did see it, I would, just so I could um, be on what I was going to be on. I'm just keep it there because I dig so deep that I have to bring my own self back. But if but we have only God sees our future, so we have to go on this faith journey and do the plans of God, what God wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, yeah. Your girl almost put herself underwater, but I think I already did. But at this point, I can. I mean, I care. I'm saying some things I do because it helps and also helps someone else. But I just do a lot of thinking. I do a lot for the past few days. I've been doing a lot of thinking and a lot of um, inventory and a lot of things that you ask God, Lord, help me, um, and yeah, just the rate I'm going. Um, I almost, said things. I ain't gonna say I didn't want to say, but not on here. But some things come down, I guess, later down the road. Sometimes, like how people say, when you ready, then you say it. But until you're ready, don't say. But in me, I'm ready. But I guess it's kind of like, I don't know, yourself is not completely, I guess you're ready, but you're not ready because it's kind of like, why say certain things? You know what I'm saying? And, but, time tells, um, just know, God continue to work on you. God continue to work on me. But God, work on me because I need work. And um, I'm supposed to look in the camera, and they always say, "Look in the camera, look in my eyes." Um, yeah. I At this point, it's kind of like when you talk so much, you kind of like put yourself in a like, oh, should I say this? Should I say that? But I am at the point where I have to. I'm not gonna say gather my thoughts, but I'm gonna have more to pour for y'all tomorrow. Maybe I'll be ready tomorrow. I don't know because it's kind of like you see yourself in like this. You see yourself in a two-way street, but it say it's only a one way, right? And you can only go one way about it, but it's a two-way street. Why would it just be one way? Because that's the only way you can go. And right now, I am in a two-way street, and I could only go one way. Um, for some reason, it's kind of like um, um, it's touch. Like you be saying something, and then when you thinking about it, it's like, oh, this touched me, and I ain't even said it yet. And it's kind of like, at the end of the day, if you could be real with yourself, you can be real with somebody else. But if you can't be real with yourself, how can you be real to somebody else? Um, and I'm the type of person I I want to be real. I want to be real with people because I want people to be real with me. But there's sometimes I'm just hesitant to say certain things because I'm careful of certain things I say, and I always, like I said before, you don't want to be knowing what comes next after you say what you said, right? So you are careful of what you say, how you do it, what you do, or whatever. Um, yeah, this is another level. Yeah, y'all see me with my nigga. My daughter always with me, even in my heart. Um, yeah, I had to be. Let me say this before I go. I almost feel like like when you be talking to somebody and then you be like, oh, I'm just good. Let me say this. I literally, I don't know. It just had hit different. Like I said, my daughter's birthday was last Friday, but something hit different because I was like saying something about inspiring, encouraging. Ever since that day, it was almost like something clicked in me. Like you gotta keep going and you gotta keep doing this. Like, and it was like maybe I need that time to say you need to get what you're supposed to be doing and do it because this is what you made for, and that's for anybody. If you feel yourself as if you don't want to do something no more, or you just feel like there's nothing there, it's always something there. You you have potential in it. God placed you there. keep going. Don't feel tired. Don't think that um, it's not worth it. It is worth it because in the end, there's always something waiting for you. So you gotta keep going. And y'all know what I believe is on that day I felt refreshed as far as I needed that. I just didn't need it for myself, but I needed that because it reminds me why I do what I do because of I do what I do because of her, because of not just what happened, but it had pushed me. And I always, had just certain things like to keep going. So y'all, I push myself to get on these lives. And if I don't get on, I try to push myself to do these shorts because I was at a point where I was just like, I'm gonna just do it maybe twice. I'm gonna just, but it was kind of like keep going, keep inspiring to somebody that needs you. Don't stop because when you stop, it's almost like you're giving up. And I don't want to, I don't want to give up something that means a lot. I already, been there and I don't want to have that, you know, I don't want to have that. I don't because you'll find yourself, why do that? Why did this happen? Right. So I have to keep going and keep doing it because it's all for a purpose and it's all for a reason. You don't want to lose it all. Mm-mm, you don't. It's kind of like you don't want to lose twice. This is not losing. We're going to gain and have victory and knowing that everything's right. So, y'all, so Lord's willing, I'll be on tomorrow. I don't know what time, y'all just look at my community posts and I'll try to keep y'all posted. Um, but I appreciate everyone that do, you know, listen to my podcast. I keep saying I soon put it for YouTube, but I'll be forgetting every time I get on the computer. I'm on a computer now, I should do it, but I gotta finish some stuff. But I appreciate you taking the time out to listen to my shorts. Like just being here. I mean, just because I don't have it, I will one day. I believe in my heart I will. But I mean, I do have thousands of followers on other platforms. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing. Um, but I think I can't even. I got 1,700 on one, and then I got like 1,200, almost 1,300 on another one. So, and then like two other accounts altogether, that's like 600. So imagine how all these people that's listening to you and y'all. Sometimes it amazes me, but I'm grateful, and that continues to give me hope. Just give me hope to keep going. That what I'm doing is not in vain. That it was all for a purpose, and sometimes you just need that reassurance that it's for a purpose and it's not in vain. And I'm keep doing, keep doing it, and I just gotta keep telling myself that it's gonna be okay and you're gonna get through this, right? So before I let y'all go, y'all know I'ma pray. Cause this really was good. Y'all, these lives be live in me. They be doing something for me. And I really need it. Y'all, I'm just making sure because this one button is the mute button. And somehow when it blink, I'll be like, was I talking for a long time? And it was blinking. I don't know. And I'll be thinking, if it's muted, they probably like, we didn't want to hear you. I'm just playing. They better want to hear me. But I hope y'all had some laughs. I hope y'all had some realness and y'all could take this to sleep with y'all. And, you know, remember, it'll also be up. So if you want to just re listen to it, y'all, I'll be listening. Of course, I'll be listening. But yeah, that gave me thoughts. I'm gonna come in tomorrow. But I hope this gave some understanding, some goodness to you. And yes, the tea was kind of hot for me tonight. So y'all seen I had to cool myself down, cool myself down because I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. Sometimes you go, wait a minute, you boiling that too much. Yeah, we had to cool that down because some tea I was about to spill on myself, and I didn't want to do that tonight. The night, but it is what it is. It is. So before we get out of here, let me pray with you. Lord, we come to you asking you to forgive us for our sins. And Lord, we just thank you for just being who you are, Lord. Lord, allow us to continue to understand your plan, your way, and everything that you have going on in our life. Lord, we just thank you for just being you. But Lord, continue to guide us, shape us, mold us, give us understanding. Lord, we are ever so grateful for what you've done and what you will do. And Lord, we just love you. In your son's name, pray. Amen. So y'all, look, y'all seen when I got them praying with it like I make sure they mute. Sweet praying. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. um, yeah. My life's been a kind of toughie for me in a way of sense, but they good though. Cause in my mind I could see, people laughing. Cause one day I'm gonna see everybody in person and be talking to y'all on the stage. And we gonna be really drinking tea. And this time I might have to get some hot tea, right? But until then, not until then, maybe one day I have well y'all, I have a procedure on what's that? Wednesday is that Wednesday? This time, I told y'all last time I was having my procedure, but I was going for a consultation. And Lord help me, Jesus. I got to make sure to get my stuff together because I'm gonna have to see y'all. Um, but that is 20, 29. I think it's on Tuesday. No, Wednesday. It's on Wednesday. Um, but I pray that y'all all enjoy this. I pray that y'all have a wonderful and amazing night, and that everything go good for you. Um, and just remember to encourage someone else because they may need it. And know that whatever you do is not in vain, and that you are making a difference in somebody's life, even if it's your life. So I pray that you all have a blessed night. And what do I say? May you all be blessed and blessings to you.